Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham, and I thought, you know what, little dead time of the year. Let's take a look at some updated free agent targets that the Bears could look into signing. Let's get the two big ones out of the way, the two guys we've discussed a lot over the last couple of months, especially this top one, Za'Darius Smith, Jadeveon Clowney becoming available, 3-4 weeks ago now. He got cut by Carolina. The two best edge rushers on the market. Obviously, some other names we had talked about a lot, Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins. They have since been signed, so I don't view this running back pool that interesting based on players still available. So we'll start with these two guys. I think it's a pick your poison here. Za'Darius Smith is a more consistent pass rusher, average, slightly below average against the run. Clowney's kind of the opposite. He's a more consistent run defender, and then he's kind of a streaky pass rusher. Like, he'll have stretches where he's getting a lot of pressure and he's driving some QB hits and whatnot, but then he'll disappear for a month as a pass rusher. But he sets the edge well in the run game. Both graded out pretty solid overall in their PFF grade. Both their pass rush grades were pretty good last year as well. So still two capable players. And, this defensive end group is, there's question marks. I like Montez Sweat. I think you're good there. Dayo Odeyingbo, I was listening to something the other day. I think he might have been banged up during OTAs and minicamp. I think that could explain why he wasn't out there all the time. I'm going to try to do some more digging into that. If that's the case, that makes me feel a little bit better. Not that he was, actually getting beat out by Dominic Robinson. That would certainly be a concern. But either way, haven't seen him play yet with the Bears. Austin Booker, didn't hear much from him this spring. I think the Bears need another edge. I think they need someone that can come in and just be another guy to throw into the mix to elevate the depth of this position group, and who knows, potentially be a starter depending on how Odeyingbo plays. So I just think it's the biggest need on this team right now, and the pass rush for this team in recent years, it just hasn't been good enough. I like the defensive tackle group. I think you can generate some pressure there, but I think you need another edge rusher. Which edge rusher should the Bears sign? You make the call. Let us know down in the comment section below. Who is out there that you would like to see Chicago go get? All right, 5 other free agent targets at, non-edge running back positions. Keenan Allen's still out there, and I've shut this door, and I still think that door is shut if I had to guess. But it is kind of interesting that, A, he still remains unsigned, and B, Luther Burden missed all of the offseason program. You draft him in the second round, you're expecting him to be your slot receiver. He wasn't out there. He's dealing with the soft tissue injury. He's expected to be back for training camp, but he's going to be playing some catch-up. The one thing about Keenan Allen is you can kind of just sign him and he's plug and play, right? He's going to operate the slot, run good routes, and what do we also know? Caleb Williams and Keenan Allen are pretty tight. Caleb is a big fan of his. Keenan really helped him in his rookie year, both on the field, but also just as a teammate to get into the NFL. Keenan said during the season, when asked about his impending free agency, where do you want to be? He said either stay in Chicago or go back to LA. Well, the Chargers don't really have room for a receiver. In the Rams, they could sign him, but they paid Tutu Atwell $10 million. That's not to be a number 4 receiver, I don't think. I think he's their third guy behind Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. I'm not sitting here saying, bring Keenan back. I'm just saying, what if we get into training camp and we're 2 weeks in and Burden's either not back or there's something going on there. They don't trust that he's going to be a contributor as a rookie. Now, conventional wisdom could say, well, that's why they signed Olamide Zaccheaus, but what if Keenan Allen's like $3 million and he's willing to play on that price tag and he kind of understands it's going to be on a lesser role? Again, I'm not in the mode yet of where I'm advocating for this, but let's revisit this in August. I think there's at least, a 1 or 2% world, whereas I think this door was slammed shut on draft night after they took Luther Burden, and maybe it's still lingering as he is yet to find his next team. Okay, Amari Cooper, I'll mention another receiver here. I do think if you were going to sign a vet, Keenan would make more sense. You would need more of that pure slot guy, I think, with Rome and DJ probably going to play more outside. And B, even though Keenan Allen didn't have a great year last year, he actually had a lot better of a year than Amari Cooper did. Amari Cooper, I thought when the Bills traded for him, I was like, oh my God, I love this move. And then, he just didn't do much at all. He was dropping passes in Cleveland, playing bad. And you're like, well, he got this Deshaun Watson thing. The motivation's not there. Okay, surely with Buffalo, he'll get it going again. He's been a 1,000-yard guy for several years. Nope, he was kind of an afterthought. So I thought he was pretty underwhelming. Does that mean he's cooked? Maybe, maybe not. Could transitioning to the slot benefit him because he's a footwork route runner guy? Maybe at this stage of his career, if he's not as explosive, putting him purely in the slot would help. And that is, in theory, where the Bears could use some help. But again, if that's the case, wouldn't you just bring back Keenan Allen? You kind of know what you have there. Not a great player anymore, but a solid, crafty vet that can operate underneath and be a third down weapon. Again, in a perfect world, Luther Burden's ready to go. Him, Zacchaeus, and the depth guys are competing out there. I don't think wide receiver is a need by any means, but I do just wonder if we get into early mid-August and they don't know if they can trust Luther Burden as a rookie, at least early on, if they revisit the receiver position, if the price tag is super cheap for a player like Keenan Allen. Okay, pick a receiver in theory. Who would you rather have? Type KA for Keenan Allen, AC for Amari Cooper. I think for this team, I would take Keenan Allen. He's got that chemistry built in with Caleb Williams. They get along. He's been here for a year. So just something to monitor. Don't think it's going to happen. Not advocating for it to happen, but I think there's a non-zero chance it's at least lurking out there as a possibility. Something that should be 100% chance is you getting going with Mando's products. Today's show is sponsored by Mando, and they've got an awesome deal right now as all of their products are 20% off site-wide. I'm a big fan of all of their products when it comes to Mando, and we've been telling you about their whole body deodorant products for a long time now. I've used all of them, and they have a brand new product as well. It's called the Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control Solid Stick. Get this, folks. It's double protection. Who doesn't like double protection? Finally, you get both benefits with this product from Mando. That's the odor control and the powerful sweat control too. But regardless of which products you check out from Mando, it is whole body deodorant. It's exactly what it means. That means from head to toe, your pits, your balls, your thigh folds, your belly button. Mando has you covered. The Mando starter pack is what I personally recommend, especially if you're a new customer. Get you 4 products, the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and then 2 free products of your choice. You can go with the body wash, the deodorant wipes, whatever else is interesting to you. You get free shipping as well. In addition to that, 20% off with code CHAT at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. Please support the show. Tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered. Check out their awesome products today. One more time, it is shopmando.com. Promo code CHAT. 20% off site-wide. It's the best deal they've ever done. Okay, let's get back to some free agent targets. Julian Blackmon. Still out there. I mean, Justin Simmons is probably the biggest name safety out there. I don't think he would sign here. He's looking for a clear-cut starting role, I would think, at this point in time. You would think Julian Blackmon is as well, but does that exist at this point in the offseason? He might have to sign with a team where he's the third safety. He gets some snaps and 3 safety looks, which more NFL defenses are going to. And we know Dennis Allen is creative with defensive backfields. And I think he could look at this and say, okay, Kevin Byard's an aging player, 33 years old. Jaquan Brisker is coming off an injury-riddled season with the concussion problem. Maybe, A, I could get some early playing time, maybe even a starting role if one of those guys goes down. And B, if I show them enough, the Bears could be my long-term home. Oh, and here's a little bonus as well. Julian Blackmon played college football at Utah with Jalen Johnson. They were teammates, so they know each other as well. Just a name to keep an eye on. I think he would want a more surefire starting role, but if that doesn't exist, the Bears are pretty appetizing, I would think, because both their safeties are on expiring deals and their top 2 backups are expiring as well. So Julian Blackmon could come in here, potentially get some early PT, like I said, and then eventually take over and potentially be a long-term answer. Okay, Brandon Scherff, I didn't even realize he was still out there. Now he's 33, 34 years old. Does he want to keep playing to be a backup? I don't know. Full acknowledgement there. It's possible that's not the case. He could even retire. But as much praise as we've given the Bears for rebuilding the interior of this offensive line, it's well-deserved with Joe Thuney, Drew Dalman, and Jonah Jackson. Do you feel good about your backup interior guys? I mean, Luke Newman, you drafted in the 6th round. It's a late day 3 rookie. He's got center guard flex, but he's a rookie. Late pick. Like, he could be a diamond in the rough. He could be terrible. I don't know. Ryan Bates missed basically all of last year with a concussion and shoulder issue. he didn't participate at all in OTAs or minicamp. Like, if he's healthy, I'd be like, okay, it's a good backup, but I don't know if he's going to be healthy. Doug Kramer's really center only. Bill Murray, I'm intrigued, but he's barely played. Could Brandon Scherff come in here, be a mentor, maybe get some incentives on that contract? Because Jonah Jackson has dealt with some injuries in recent years, so he could be your top backup guard. Because let's face it, the backups aren't that great. Again, if Ryan Bates is healthy, that's a different story, but I'm not convinced that's going to be the case. And by the way, if you cut Ryan Bates, that saves $4 million. You could probably get Brandon Scherff for that price tag at this point in time. So, again, you'd have to convince him to accept a backup job. Another option could be Will Hernandez. He's coming off an injury-riddled season. He might have to accept a backup job, but he's got a lot of experience. I think he's started like over 80 games in the NFL, so can play both guard spots, veteran in there to elevate the floor of that room because, there's not a lot of teams that have good quality backup offensive linemen. I feel good about the tackle depth. I love the interior starters. Don't love the backup options right now. Subscribe to the channel. We got Bears content all year long. Doesn't matter if it's in the middle of football season or in the middle of June when there's not much going on. We're going to be bringing you videos every single day. That's why you support the show, because we're bringing you that content daily regardless of what is or is not happening in the news cycle. Okay, one more here. Kyzir White. The linebacker, I think he's 29, 30 years old now, so he's been around for a minute, but he's been very productive the last 4 years. And what I like about Kyzir White is I think he kind of fits exactly what the Bears could use at that third linebacker spot, where at times he's been a full-time starter. At other times he's been kind of that third linebacker. He's been used as a blitzer, especially as he's gotten later into his career. Last year he had 2.5 sacks. He can cover a little bit as well. 4 picks in the last 4 years, 7 breakups in 2022. So he can do a little bit of everything. And I think, again, this comes down to, and it's kind of the running back conversation, right? If they don't feel great about their linebacker options after TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmunds, then a guy like Kyzir White makes sense. If they don't feel good about their options after DeAndre Swift, then going to sign or trade for a running back makes sense. So I think Kyzir White would be the perfect linebacker 3 if #HippoHive isn't ready to go. I know the reviews out of the offseason program were good, but he is a 4th-round rookie at the end of the day. That's a bit of an unknown. Noah Sewell, 2+ years into his career, hasn't done much. Eamon Ogbongbemiga is a special teamer first, linebacker second. So Kyzir White, guy who knows how to play. If Edwards or Edmonds were to go down, you'd feel comfortable putting him in at one of those linebacker full-time starting job spots. So we'll see. We'll see. I think linebacker safety, kind of that position where you're looking for kind of a part-time starter almost. We'll see if they address those positions. Okay, there you have it. Other than the 2 big defensive ends, here are 5 players just to percolate, just to kind of keep your eye on as we get closer to training camp. Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Julian Blackmon, Brandon Scherff, and Kyzir White. If you have other free agents that you're thinking of, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on social media as well. It's at HGramNFL, both on Twitter and on Instagram. I appreciate you guys for always hitting me up over there. Love talking Bears football with all of you. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon.